Last home outing of the year for Super 14 new boys, the Western Force, and it's the toughest one yet as they take on the champion Crusaders. So hi everyone from Perth, where Subiaco Oval has again drawn a fantastic crowd for the final home match of the season for the Force. Hi, I'm Tony Johnson. With me, Wallaby great Phil Kearns. Phil, it has been a tough first up year for the Force and it ain't getting any easier.
Yeah, they haven't had much luck, TJ, and has been a tough year, but they're up against the Crusaders tonight, who have dominated the Super 12 except for their first year of the competition.
Yes, it is worth noting that the team that finished last in the first year of the competition are the Crusaders, representing the top half of New Zealand's South Island. They've gone on to build a dynasty.
And they can do whatever they want tonight. They've got such a magnificent side, forwards and backs right across the paddock. They're amazing. It is a chance for them to experiment with the semis and finals only a couple of weeks away. They can start to throw the ball around, try some new moves. And there's Caleb Ralph, a man that they will use in attack. This is his 100th consecutive Super game. He is an incredibly resilient man.
Yes, 7.5 years he's gone without missing a game. He's at centre tonight. No Chris Jack. The All Black lock has been rested. Robbie Dean's paying no disrespect to the Force. He's just trying to keep his players fresh for the run into hopefully another appearance in the playoffs. Well, what about the Western Force, the team that hails from Western Australia? It has been a tough first up year for the team that's based here in Perth. But, boy, they're up against it tonight. But, well, firstly, let's hear from Brett Papworth down on the sideline, who joins Phil Kearns and I here tonight. He's with Robbie Deans, the Crusaders coach. And, Brett, looks like another big crowd is coming tonight.
Yeah, thanks, TJ. Massive crowd. They've been very supportive all season. A little bit of rain around, which might dampen the enthusiasm of some. They'll need to be out in force, though, the crowd, because there's no bigger challenge in Super 14 than the Crusaders. They are on a roll. I have their coach, Robbie Deans, with me. It has been a great season for you. You must be really pleased with your progress.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of what we've done to date, but we know that, you know, that's behind us, and it's really what happens from here that's important. It's great to be here, really, in Perth. They've done a great job in getting union underway over here. We're not underestimating these guys at all. They've created grief for every opponent they've had. They've had no luck, and you know, we're just looking to make the most of what we do, and we desperately don't want to be the first team to lose to them for sure.
Well, you know John reasonably well, so what are you expecting from their game tonight? Oh,
they'll throw everything at it. You know, they're wounded. They've got nothing to lose. It's their last home fixture. And like you said, I mean, their public have been fantastic, so they'll want to be able to walk off here tonight and feel good about their performance, and you know, send the message that they're for real, and come back next year.
Well, it has been a tough baptism for the Force. They just haven't been able to turn winning opportunities into wins.
No, they haven't. The only way they can do it tonight is to leave nothing in the tank, TJ. They've just got to go hard and come off the field exhausted. And they've got to play like wet banquets. They've just got to hold the ball and trundle it upfield and do the best they can to keep it away from the Crusaders. Cameron Shepherd, however, is possibly their best back. Between he and Scott Staniforth, they've been the attacking weapons. Plenty of metres gained there. He's a quality player, Cameron.
They'll be without Brendan Cannon tonight. The Wallaby hooker is injured. There's no room for David Fitter, no room for John Welborn either. They've been dropped by coach John Mitchell, who's with Brett Papworth.
Well, John, a tough season, but the fans are going to be out in force again, and they're going to see a pretty good side in the Crusaders.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, the support here in Perth. Yeah, it's been fantastic all year, and I guess a side like the Crusaders in our last home game is fulfilling, really, and in many ways they have been the benchmark in Super football, and it's a fantastic opportunity for us to gain even more experience tonight as a group.
They're a phenomenal outfit. That they've had a wonderful year. What have you got in store for them tonight?
It's important that we just focus on our game. Every team gives you opportunities, and it's about us maintaining possession. Yeah, phenomenal off turnover ball. You know, like 31% of their tries come from turnover ball. If that sort of works out on my mathematics, if we cough up about 10%, which we've been doing all year, we're going to give them 3 tries. So we just got to keep the ball tonight, continue pressure, and we've got to try and get to their, I guess, to their you know, front 3 defenders if we can get that far.
Robbie Deans, an old friend of yours, did he give away any secrets yesterday?
I know Deansy, mate, he'll never give away any secrets. He's pretty guarded sort of a bloke. Fantastic, good to catch up with him. Good to talk footy and talk about how the game's progressing and evolving, and it's good to also have a bit of a hit out in the squash court.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Well, John Mitchell, part of a large expatriate New Zealand community in Perth now, and there's some support in the crowd too for the Crusaders tonight. They've come dressed in red and black, but everywhere else you look, apart from that corner, a lot of support, all dressed up in blue. And there's this phenomenal achievement of Caleb Ralph. He played his first game in this sequence in the final of 1998, and then he moved to the Crusaders. So the Crusaders have moved ahead of the Waratahs on the Super 14 table, and their aim now is to try and stay there for the playoffs and get home advantage for the semi-finals, which they can clinch tonight with a win here, and hopefully for them to the final. This is the start of a road trip that takes them on to South Africa after here. Greg Somerville on the bench tonight. And the results so far, well, a frantic game in Hamilton. Chiefs out to a great start, but then hanging on desperately to win at 33-32, and a big turnaround in Brisbane with the Stormers coming from behind to beat the Reds 24-20. What does it mean? Well, there you go. The Crusaders lead by 2 with a game in hand. The Waratahs have the weekend off. Hurricanes and Brumbies, they meet this weekend in a crucial match. And the Chiefs moving up into 5th place. Surprising to see the Reds beaten after 2 good wins in the last 2 weeks. And the Force there with just the 2 bonus points. Still no win to show. They've managed to be competitive in just about every one of their games, but they haven't been able to nail it, and it's not going to be any easier tonight when they take on this team, the Crusaders. Well, Phil Kearns and Brett Papworth are with me as the Crusaders come out onto Subiaco. Despite no Chris Jack, it's still a very strong Crusaders side.
Well, what can you say? I mean, what that hasn't already been said. I mean, they are a wonderful side. There's Reuben Thorne. I suppose we could highlight Richie McCaw. Many regard him as the best flanker in the world, but he has been around a long time, adds a lot of starch and experience to this Crusaders pack, a vital cog. The other issue for them is the scrum half. Of course, Marshall departed at the end of last season. It was potentially a weakness, but Andrew Ellis, well, he stepped up, and he's got a mate too, Kevin Senio on the bench. They've been pretty well served. McDonald at the back has been in great form, and look for more of that from him tonight. Yes, a new lease of life after coming back from Japan for Leon McDonald. And he says the Crusaders, well, they're ignoring all the pre-match talk of a walkover win, and he says for the Crusaders it is business as usual.
We can't underestimate them and go in and try tinkering with things, otherwise we might come away with a loss. So we just got to go in with our own game and just trying to do what we did last week, but trying to improve.
So the Crusaders into the huddle. Robbie Deans hoping for big things on this road trip. They've got 2 matches in South Africa after this, including a match against the Bulls. They'll want to avenge last year's defeat. Well, here are the Force, the Western Force, about to come out onto Subiaco for the last time this year, where they have been given sensational support. Nathan Sharp has done a great job leading this team. Another great welcome for this team. New boys of the competition.
I love them out here, TJ. Absolutely love them. And it's the big players that they're going to need performances from tonight, and particularly Nathan Sharp and Scott Staniforth. They're the leaders of this team in the forwards and the backs, and they have to show that against a major Crusaders side. And Henjak, he's going to be so important. If they've got a clear ball out of their area, the passing has to be accurate from Henjak.
Well, Nathan Sharp made the big decision to leave Queensland to captain the Reds. He knows all about the strengths of the Crusaders and what his team will have to do to try and stop them from controlling the game.
I think just don't let Canterbury get into their rhythm. You know, they're a very good side when they're on the front foot, and that's what we've got to try and stop. The easy ball for them, easy recycling, because they can put teams in positions where they don't want to be in. So if we can stop them from doing that, we'll go right tonight.
Referee for tonight's match is Marius Jonker from South Africa. He'll be assisted by Linston Manuels of South Africa and George Ayub from New South Wales. Been a bit of rain about in Perth just in the last hour or so.
Red captain.
Daniel Carter will kick off for the Crusaders. So last match of the season at Subiaco is underway, and it's a great kickoff too from Daniel Carter. It's enabled his team to regain possession, and here he is immediately, the Crusaders, as they like to do, getting the ball wide. McDonald involved very early on. Hamilton, who's been one of the form players of this side, Taken about 25 metres from the goal line and straight onto the attack. Go the Crusaders.
Rook!
Coming for Andrew
Advantage
Ellis.
offside.
Now Carter, the referee has the arm out, signalling advantage.
Got the advantage, penalty advantage, red.
So early pressure coming from this red and black machine.
So efficient, so early too, Jay. So go left.
McDonald staying up in the line.
There we go, Rook!
So still just outside the 22. Musitiali'i making ground up towards the 22. Still
over.
not over the 22. So the forced defence is holding. Now Ellis sweeping the pass away yet again. Crusaders once more major. On it goes to Filippo. He's taken inside the 22. So at last they've got over the line. And now the pick and go. Long period in possession. Remember, this all came from an accurate kickoff.
Fine, stolen.
Ali'i going in to help out. They might have lost it here. Great steal from Matt Hodgson. So that's very good defence from the force and a chance to clear their lines as Cameron Shepherd brings it away and puts it out on the far side. Brett Packworth, that's good defence first up from the force.
Well, I mean, I hope we don't have to have 80 minutes of forced, desperate defence because the Crusaders will choke them. Their control was superb. Matt Hodgson, he's a good player and has been a good servant for the force. They'll need him to be doing lots of that if the opening exchanges are any indication.
Well, and how good do you feel being the force who've had to give the ball back to the Crusaders? Just about the same spot as they gave it to them last time from the kickoff.
No, stay.
Line out on the 10-metre mark, Corey Flynn. And it goes, and Kevin O'Neill coming into the side in place of Chris Jack. He wins the line out, looking for the crash ball in centre field, but again, the defence equal to the task. Andrew Ellis, who's been mentioned as a real All Black contender this year.
Yeah, it's good, thanks.
Now Carter onto that left foot, looking to go wide to Caleb Ralph, and nice move involving Leon McDonald. The kick into the end goal, Majors after it, didn't sit up for him. Henjack's back and desperately claims it just out from the goal line. And there was a little knock on from the Crusaders.
Fingertips up.
Bounce didn't favour them.
I just wonder why I didn't play advantage there and let the force feed it back and put it into touch.
What about the width on the game? The Crusaders, the vision was all planned.
Crouch and hold.
Carter, I think it was.
Engage.
He knew he was out there. Rico Gear.
The kick was magnificent.
Just get the
Good hands too. A little inside ball.
All right. Yeah.
So first scrum of the game, and David Fitter, a bit surprising to see him left out, Phil Kearns, because he is a real contender for the Wallaby tight head jumper.
Well, it's his scrummaging that they have him for. He's not renowned for his game around the park, but he's scrummaging solid. Maybe they're expecting a bit more around the park from Angus Scott.
Just a delay. One of the Crusaders forwards just requiring a bit of treatment here. There he is, Ross Filippo.
The Wallaby selection subject is quite an interesting one with the new coach coming in, and just in terms of who they will pick. You know, there may be a few surprises, a few changes. I tell you what though, there's some players who've come over to the Western Force, and of course not winning games doesn't enhance your reputation. It's been a tough move for a few of them.
Yeah, thanks.
Gareth Hardy there. I've been impressed with his play around the park this year. He's been fantastic. Seems to be pretty solid in the scrum.
Crouch and
Well,
hold.
first one of the game coming up.
Engage. Let's go. Get it steady, Red. Just get it steady, please.
Another hold up.
Time off.
So we had about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of nothing but action. Very little since.
Kenzie loves the scrum reset.
Best part of the game. Shoelace tying isn't quality television, but
Crouch and hold. Engage.
It goes from Henjack. Crusaders trying to apply some pressure, and Faber wrapped up at the back by Richie McCaw. And deep in the end goal they go. And the pressure continues.
At this rate, they're going to strangle the force, the Crusaders.
There's a mark. Open up blue.
Well, it's certainly one of their tactics.
But they have the ability also. Their control is excellent with ball in hand, but they can use the width of the park beautifully.
He's right. Right here.
Well, Campbell Johnston deciding where the line-out should be lining up.
1-6-5-3.
And in it goes from Corey Flynn. Nice, been knocked away from him though. So there's a good one against the throw for the Force. With Pat O'Connor doing well at the front of the line-out. And once more a chance to try and relieve the pressure. That kick hasn't gone into touch, but Rico Gear, well, left it behind him, did he? He's called him for a knock-on.
Well, even Robbie Deans is saying the Force haven't played with much luck. Well, there's just a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely a knock-on. I have no problem with that. Whoops. No, he was already thinking about what carnage he was going to cause.
He ruled there that he just dropped it onto its knee, and that might be the bit where it went forward. He didn't look all that impressed with the call, but...
Well, he dropped it. He can't complain.
Exactly. Over off the back, having a look down the narrow channel. Reuben Thorne makes the tackle. How many of those would he have made this year? Now picked up by Gareth Hardy, and they drive on him. Almost back to halfway, the Force. Haven't been out of their half so far. Henjack. Out it goes to Deruda. And he finds a nice angle on the kick. Slightly wet surface. That'll help the ball to skid, and that's a very good kick from Scott Deruda.
Here they come. The crowd are excited. I wonder how long they can spend. In the Crusaders 22, error-free.
Well, their scrum's under pressure, the Force, but they're managing it well. It's getting to the back quickly. Ty Mackay's had a couple of good strikes there to get that ball to the back of the scrum quickly. Farther away, secured possession.
Well, they lost the last one against the throw, but this time they go to the reliable Reuben Thorne. Ellis bringing it away, McCaw, and he's left it behind him. So, a couple of handling mistakes early on, and that's giving the Force a chance to throw the ball around. And coming up, picking up beautifully is Shepherd, and he scores! Crowd erupts at Subiaco.
Oh, Molodits, the Force. Cameron Shepherd, fantastic stuff. That last pass wasn't a classic. But the Crusaders, you just sense now, switched off a little bit. The first 5 minutes was so easy for them. A great kick. That pass was awful. McCall left it behind, and away they went. And they did it, Crusaders. They went wide straight away. A couple of players missed out, hit the ground, and Shepherd did so well in between two players to score.
The pass was put down because it was a mile forward, but they've done it Crusaders on the Crusaders. Turnover ball, shift it wide. Well, Shepherd, hard to catch on a slippery. It's slippery for the defenders by the look of it.
And this crowd that has turned out in style tonight, close to 30,000 for this game, and most of them, well, they'll be feeling they've got their money's worth already.
They're happy.
This has been one of the talking points of the competition. And, even though the team's been struggling, they've got a foundation to work on, and this has given them a great opportunity at the start of the game to put a bit of pressure on, and that'll help.
Could this be another Wallabies versus Tonga? Another major upset.
Oh, a long way to go. Well, that was a couple of good passages of play, though. It was a big kick from Deruda downfield, got the field position. An error from the Crusaders, and the ball bounced beautifully. Maybe tonight they get some luck.
Well, that's been their big problem, has been turning winning opportunities into wins, and that time not able to secure the kickoff. So Crusaders able to pressure from kickoff time, and they've got a scrum feed.
The other thing, Kearnsey, about the Crusaders, they are brilliant at restarts. I mean, Carter can just stick it so high on a specific point. The pressure is enormous.
Crouch and hold.
Well, free kick, and Mossy, you could hear the call, Mossy go, and he goes. And he puts his head down, and they stop him about 30 from the line, and the referee plays advantage. No way through for Ellis, having a little snipe. And away it goes, Major putting the ball ahead. All rebounding forward. Here's an opportunity. Carter, numbers to burn. Tuialii, and in he goes.
started from a very clever piece of scrummaging up front, as it so often does. Crusaders just waited. The Force made the mistake in the scrum, and there's the chip over the top. A phase or two later, Shepherd couldn't feel it. It was an awkward bounce, and they went straight away out to the left. Ball along the ground again. It's got to be slippery. Tuolegi.
This was unbelievable. The ball, the little chip over the top, had to be taken on the full. 3 players, they just couldn't get there. And the bouncing ball off Shepherd's knee, and it was all over. Once they shifted it left, it was numbers galore.
There were players north, south, east and west of that ball where it bounced. The player coming from the south, Shepherd, just couldn't feel it. It was perfectly placed.
Well, there's some injury issues for both teams at the moment while all that's been going on. Scott DeRuda is receiving some attention for the Force. Carter with the conversion from wide out, and he's missed it. So it's 7-5. Tuile'i's try is not converted. But looks like, I think, big Kevin O'Neill receiving some attention. Or was it Filippo? But Johnny Liotte was on the field. There he is in 18. Grandstand view as Tuile'i scores.
The one bloke you don't want to get the ball, though, when it's bouncing around is Carter. If it had gone to a tight forward, potentially the Force may have covered it up, but it didn't. Carter just said, thank you very much, try.
So the Force restart, and underneath it is Ruben Thorne. So he'll go into lock. O'Neill.
Scott DeRuda coming from the field.
One more injury problem just when they don't need it. That's been another problem for them. That's not a great kick from Daniel Carter.
I'll tell you what the Force have got to do. Force have to retire that number 10 jersey. If I was a 5'8" and you said put that 10 jersey on for the Force, I'd say stick it. Because whoever plays in 10 is gone.
Well, Lachlan Mackay's gone. We've heard a lot during the week about James Hilgendorf. He's gone. He's taken someone with him.
DeRuda's gone.
And now DeRuda off. And here's Brock James running onto a flat pass, moving it out to centre field. And Scott Staniforth back in action tonight, setting it up. And a good move too from Pusey in number 6. Gets it to the 22. Now James again, looking to get the ball wide. They've got nothing to lose in this match, and they're going to get another try. And it's Brock James. Oh, they've gone mad here. They've gone wild.
What about the ball? I think it was Staniforth.
It was the strength.
I'll tell you what, he has been one of the best backs in Australia this year, Scott Staniforth. Playing in a team that hasn't been winning, and he stands out every week. Well, Brock James on the field for a couple of seconds and made an impact. Here it goes, across wide. Staniforth claps it on. Comes on the inside as James. See the flick pass out the back.
Well, they're not scared. They are playing with confidence, and they are taking it to the Crusaders when they have the ball. And he's a pretty good guy to do it, Staniforth. Big and fast. Good support play from the fresh number 10. 21, in fact, but 10. Well, the crowd may be in for a treat.
So Brock James gets a try in Super 14 rugby. It's converted, and would you believe it, it's 14-5.
Well, I know we're still not expecting the Force to run away with a massive win here tonight, but I reckon Robbie Deans will have a few things to say at halftime to his Crusaders charges.
Well, Scott DeRuda, he looks distressed, doesn't he? But the bloke who took his place isn't.
Well, DeRuda had an injury on a shoulder or arm a couple of weeks ago playing here.
Well, they haven't secured the kick-off again, the Force, and they're putting pressure on themselves in that area. The world's a happier place right now for them and their fans. The Crusaders, Major loses the ball in the tackle. They'll come back, though. He was playing advantage.
Interesting call. He's ruled a knock on by the Force from the kickoff, and it didn't look to me like it went forward. The Crusaders snaffled possession anyway.
Oh, he dropped it though, mate. Touche.
He did drop it. That's the pressure of the Crusaders kickoff. It's gone back.
Might be right, Paddy. I'm not arguing with you. We just dropped the ball. That's it.
And I think if the Crusaders backline get the ball, then Advantages accrued. Play on.
What special advantage conditions apply?
Patchwork rules.
It's Crusaders versus Force rules.
On through, thank you.
Oh, against the head.
Oh, this is amazing stuff. And again, that angled kick to the far side of the field. They get the bounce. Crowd will love it. They'll all be pinching themselves.
It was a wobbly old kick, I thought, off the boot. Found the gap beautifully.
Well, Phil Kearns will wipe a tear away from his eyes here and have a look at this scrum if he can through blurred vision.
Thank you, Blue Cappy.
Oh, it's magnificent stuff. Look at that. A little bit of pressure going down. Just, it was hooked back from Flynn and hit one of the second rails and bounced forward, and the Force had enough pressure on.
McCaw wins the line out. A fairly wild pass out into centre field where Johnny Leo'o takes it. And now Carter again not striking the ball very well early on, and too happy with the kick.
You know, it's hard for the Crusaders, this preparation, because they are playing a team that's sitting on 2 points, and no matter how much they talk about not being complacent, they'll be complacent. It's impossible not to be.
Well, they're certainly not at their peak.
Number 9, are you in the 5 win?
8-7-5.
Well, they have played not too well in other games as well, but they've always managed to right the ship at some stage. But so far, well, that's the first real mistake. Matt Henjack, who's been all over the place. I think he had the pass underway before he got the ball. Well, no, he had to stretch for it. In fact, it wasn't a great delivery from the top of the line out.
They've got to be very, very careful with turnovers and errors. They'll get punished.
There he is, Matt Henjack, getting his opportunity this year to play frontline run-on rugby after being an understudy at the Brumbies.
I'm surprised, I can tell you, that Young, after the performance he put on here about a month ago against the Stormers, was immediately dropped from the starting team. He had a great game that night. We haven't seen him since.
The word from the sideline is that Scott Deruta has problems with a pinched nerve, they think. No feeling in his arm.
Ripped.
Not back 10. Ripped off, they'll be feeling.
Ripped off.
The crowd give him a bit of roasting, Marius Jonker. But they weren't back 10.
Moving.
Rock James, thank you very much. That's a good effort. Not known for his massive defensive qualities.
Now they look to get the ball wide again, and McDonald's up in the line, putting the kick ahead, trying to turn the Force around, and well, the ball ends up over the touchline, just a little bit skittery at the back.
They desperately wanted that to go into touch the Force. They didn't want to have to kick it. They nearly got in each other's way. Crusaders lineouts.
So if you've just joined us, yes, it is true. The Force are leading the Crusaders by 14-5. 2 tries. Cameron Shepherd and replacement Brock James. The one by Mosi Tuialii for the Crusaders.
Lineouts have been sloppy from the Crusaders so far.
Ruben Thorne.
And so's that.
Yeah, they've got it away though, and Filippo crashing it up in centre field. Good field position here. They can go either way, but they keep working it left. Major taken inside the 22. McDonald, who's been so elusive, really has been one of the best players in this side this year, is Kevin O'Neill. Big job for him with no Chris Jack tonight. And Force coming through. And Scott Favour's done well. He's forced a knock on.
Another error. You don't often see such an imperfect game from the Crusaders. I wonder what the senior men are saying out there.
Well, put that down to Gareth Hardy.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yep. Scott Favour was just an observer. Gareth Hardy, the loose head prop.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Right, let's go. Okay, steady.
Boy, for a team that spent a quarter of the game inside their own half so far, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, Matt Henjack arguing with referee Jonker there that
on that mark.
last time at the other end of the field it was a penalty or a free kick to the Crusaders. Why can't we have one? Threw it straight to his number 8 to go. Didn't happen.
No, let's go.
Henjak to clear, but has not put it into touch. And that's only going to cause problems against this team because they're so good at running the ball back. Now Rico Gear again, the tactic to put the ball along the ground, but this time he's done well. Shepherd, now he needs some support. Oh, they've lost it. Big opportunity down the short side, but they managed to get numbers back. Rico Gear. Oh, couldn't get it out of there, and so it'll be a scrum.
I thought the ball was out. I thought the ball was out. I thought the ball was out, and that's why I was able to play.
Shepherd does reasonably well, but he can't hold his feet for long enough for his mates to get there. And in placing it, Crusaders everywhere.
Yes, no team can really afford to be outnumbered in a situation like that, particularly if one of the oncoming players is Richie McCaw.
Here we go, Kernsey.
Well, he's evening it up. And how can you pick that?
Well, it was their feed, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they would be doing something illegal with their own ball.
Well, some frustrations early on. Let's have a look at it, Phil.
And they go. Pack, Gareth Hardy and Wyatt Crockett are down. I mean, how can you pick it? I mean, Crusaders have got everything to gain from keeping the scrum clean and getting clean ball.
Well, Ty McIsaac throws to the line out on halfway. 20 minutes gone. Forced by 9. Knocked down by Nathan Sharp. And it goes into centre field. Coming for Henjak. Pusey, nice slip pass too. On the short side, the narrow side, and the Force are really fired up, aren't they? Playing this team that has dominated this competition seems to be bringing the best out of them at the moment. Henjak.
Advantage from the side, number 9.
And he's got Ellis there, so the arm is out. The Force can have a real go at this here. James turning it back into McIsaac. Scott Favour just flings the ball away, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Red from the side in the tackle.
Well, they're playing with great purpose, aren't they, the Force?
They are. Their attack is well, some of the passing is not as crisp as what you'd like, but the pace that they're hitting the ball and the angles they're hitting the ball at is impressive.
Yeah, they're just taking it to them, taking it to the advantage line. Even the little men.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Henjak really run tonight, so there's been a bit of variety. He's been passing most of the time, or a kick over the top.
Got it there.
He had a charge early from inside his own sort of 10-metre line when he got some line-out ball and bolted away, but that's really the first time he's run from second phase.
Well, they're going to have a shot at goal. Head of steam up. And I suppose the temptation might have been to put the ball over the touchline, but I guess the feeling from Nathan Sharp is, look, let's just keep the scoreboard ticking over if we can. They want to win this game. Make him come from as far back as possible.
We hit the first one well.
Shepherd kicking at a respectable 70% this season, and the crowd like it. Up go the flags again, and they do stretch the lead.
Myself and the teacher, so you just run through.
Now, important here for the Force that they keep attacking. They've got a 12-point lead, and even if they go to a 20-point lead, they've got to keep attacking. If they turn into defensive mode, it's not going to help them.
Well, Robbie Deans does not look too impressed, does he? And once again, the Force haven't been able to get it back, but this time the Crusaders are being penalised, and Ross Filippo has been spoken to here, I think.
Georgie's in for a visit.
Yeah, he was.
He's taking him out. Just stop everything.
Okay.
You're getting the penalty.
All right. Are you happy with that? Are we talking cards? Happy with that? Number 4. I don't want that. Cut it out, playing the man there. Not on.
Well, I don't quite understand why the touch judge, George Abe, had to come on then, because the referee had already seen it, already given the penalty.
We can see Filippo leaping in the air, and he has got his hand on his shoulder, and I guess for dramatic effect, he went over the top of Scott Favour as well. And ended up in a heap on the ground.
Richie, discipline, please. Step over, please. Thank you. Right, that's good. Step over.
This is not a familiar position for the Force either, is it? Leading from the front.
Well, they've led in the first half a number of games, but they just haven't held on. But the leads haven't been huge. Let's hope they can get a huge lead.
Brock James, and they're really running hard at them in midfield as well. Using Josh Graham, hard-running centre. But they've just lost it at the breakdown.
Not happy. Not happy.
And neither's, well,
Kearnsey's not either.
Well, I mean, it was so close. There's obviously a foot somewhere near the ball that got there. Oh, no.
Pick it up first, Matty.
What's he got on those orange gloves?
He was
not enough of it anyway. What
he was so anxious to get it wide. He knew there was a chance out there. Just rushed a little.
Right, steady. Right, let's go.
To be fair, there's been a bit of rain, and so it's a bit slippery out there. Tuialiti going nowhere, and well, there's the arm coming out for a penalty this time.
On your feet, you know.
And it's Henjak who's penalised again.
Speak to him, he knows about it. No, let's go. Penalty time, guys. Penalty time.
Well, they can't afford that, the Force. They really do need, if they get in Crusaders territory, they have to camp down there.
And the Crusaders will put the ball into touch.
Henjak trying to redeem himself from that knock-on and just being a little over-exuberant.
It's not a bad kick from Daniel Carter, and the Crusaders just look to try and settle things down, but at the moment they're making mistakes. You don't always see from them.
Happy what's going in the centres there for the Crusaders in defence. Seems to be a few holes there.
I just think the Force are taking them on, you know, and I don't think the Crusaders expected it. Maybe they expected a pretty easy night in defence in the centres. They're not getting one.
Well, I'm sure that wouldn't have been the message from Robbie Deans. I think he's been trying very hard to keep their minds on the job, and they talked about this is business as usual. We're not taking anyone lightly, but at the moment they're getting a bit of a hurry up.
Hands on front!
Coming for Ellis. Carter tried banging it high. Shepherd comes forward. And after it is Aaron Major. Ball allowed to bounce. It's all over the place. It's loose. And going back to save the day is Gareth Hardy.
Go now, Red. Knock on advantage. Stay here.
He's playing advantage to the Force here. And Brock James. Put the ball away into touch. And Marius Jonker deciding that's enough advantage.
I was interested to see Shepherd not attacking the high ball. He was content to just let that come to earth and bounce. The Force were everywhere, and it bounced a couple of times. Dangerous.
Maybe Ioane had called for it, and he decided he wanted to stay behind him in case he had to mop something up. Anyway, it's gone into the line out, and the Crusaders have won it. And they take it in. And they'll just try and re-establish a bit of order here through their forwards. And there's Reuben Thorne. Referee playing advantage. And Daniel Carter, they'll look to get it wide. Major with the pass. Gearin from the wing. Rico Gear cut down, and a good tackle it was too. It was made by Scott Staniforth, but he was still playing advantage. They'll come back for the penalty out in front of the posts.
Well, at what point is advantage over? Oh, good. They were 20 metres over the advantage line with Gear flying.
Well, it was a penalty advantage rather than a knock-on advantage, so sometimes they go on a bit longer.
When Yonkers says it's over, it's over.
Yep.
It is. It's an interpretation. There was a terrific tackle here on Gear, who was absolutely flying.
Gee, didn't he clap it on?
Staniforth got him.
So Marius Jonker signalling to the post there. I think he's done a good job, this fellow. He's had his first season in Super 12 last year refereeing the South African, and Refereed a few matches this year. I guess he's just set down the benchmark for the advantages. What the players ask for is that the referee is consistent. Daniel Carter, now we'll be keeping an eye on the Cartermometer tonight, Phil Kearns, because he's set to go past a couple of fairly illustrious players in the all-time scoring charts. Of course, he's involved in a great head-to-head battle with Peter Hewitt to be the top scorer in Super 14 this year. And after an early miss, he's nailed the penalty. And so the Crusaders just close the gap a little. So he joins Elton Flatley on 629 points in Super Rugby, as Robbie Deans takes some more notes.
Doing some paperwork up there.
Well, he's not that old, is he, Dan Carter? He may go past them all with not too much trouble.
Well, the race is on really now to see who gets to 1,000 first. Andrew Mertens. Oh, short. There's the restart. Too much on it. It's not what you want when you've just conceded 3 points.
And there are just some signs there with the force. I mean, there are a couple of penalties they gave away. There are a couple of penalties we didn't see, because even in that one sort of passage of play, there were 3 penalties that referee Yonker had his arm out for. And you can't get too stressed. You just got to try and keep to that game plan, not give away the penalties, and get the little things right, like kickoffs.
Engage, steady.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Great opportunity for Carter.
Some complaints there from the Crusaders. They felt the force just put the hit on them on that occasion. Just got down a split second, but the referee's ordered a restart.
Crouch
so Ellis
and hold. Engage, steady.
Feeds it on halfway. Tuiali'i off the back. Crusaders again looking to get the ball to McDonald. Hit hard in the tackle by Josh Graham. Ball squirting out for Ellis. They've still got it. Fingertip stuff from Richie McCaw, the captain.
Leave it.
And McDonald taking a while to get back to his feet. Another penalty. And touch judge is on, and I think it might be about the tackle from Josh Graham.
Soldier charge. Okay, number 13 blue on a red player. No arms using
I give up.
Okay.
I thought it was a great hit.
I'm just going to go for the penalty. I'm going to give them a...
I'm happy.
Happy with that. Right. Both captains here and number 13, please. Just, I'll tell you now. Just relax. Give me number 13, please.
Right.
Listen, number 13, blue.
They are tough
13.
defenders, aren't they, the 4 centres? Graham knocked himself out earlier in the year with a big hit.
You might join here.
It's a good shot, mate.
Right.
It's a good shot.
No arms. That's a report from TJ. No arms used. Solid charge. Penalty and caution. Now listen. Let's cut this nonsense out. Both at work. We've starting with a whole lot of silly stuff.
There's arms
I'm
in
going to go to
there.
my pocket. If this carries on, I have to go to my... Don't force my hand. Let's go.
God.
Let's go. Shoulder charge.
Well, it didn't look any different to a tackle I saw last week that Wendell Saylor put on Jeremy Paul. Yep. But anyway, Linston Manuels, who's been making a name for himself this year.
I'll have a look for you.
Well,
as I say,
his mum asked him to get on telly tonight. He's done that. Now stay off.
Nathan Sharp trying to convince the referee that it was just a good shot. Failed in his endeavours.
Well, we'll get to cricket shortly, where they'll refer it to the video and have a look, because he does throw his arms out here.
Well, the only thing is you could say maybe he feels he's led in with the shoulder, but that's what a lot of players are trying to do in the tackle.
He certainly did lead with the shoulder, but you're supposed to hit him with the shoulder in a tackle and bring the arms around.
Well, there's Carter.
Oh, what a kick.
And
just wide.
Just wide. It's a big round of applause from the crowd. So he's had a couple of misses tonight, Daniel Carter. They had a fairly ambitious kick. And so no harm done from the penalty. And with 8 minutes to go in the first half, Western Force in good shape to take a half-time lead, but the next 8 or so minutes, I'm sure the Crusaders will be looking to come back hard at them. Just have the final say in this first 40 minutes.
Trouble here.
And the signs too that they're getting into their work too. Major moving the ball on to Carter, putting the kick ahead. But, well, Scott Hamilton was trying to get after it, lost his footing, and so it's gone into touch.
Interesting option. The kick from Carter. I thought ball in hand, mount some pressure.
Thank you, three. Keep
Maybe
it
he didn't want it to go into touch, but it's not normally the way they play.
There's no hold there. Oh, there he is now. Right. Stay out. Right. It's fine.
So Filippo stands outside the line out, and so does Nathan Sharp. If Sharp comes in, Filippo can. If not, Filippo has to stay out of there. McKaiser gets the return ball. Henjack popping it up, and Force trying to run it out through favour and making good ground outside the 22 now.
Stay, not out, stay.
Henjack. Back the pass goes to Shepherd, and it's a long kick. Hasn't gone into touch though. Hamilton underneath it, and looking for some space on the far side of the field. Didn't hit the kick particularly well, and Digioani has got it. And he's a dangerous man. Gets past Tuiali'i, not the next line of tacklers though. And Henjack to Brock James, moving it on. Sharp throws a rank forward pass.
Forward pass and not forward. It's over there.
Haig's there waiting for it on the wing.
TJ, tell me any forward from this team tonight, or any, this is the pass from Sharp.
This is going to be a question I can't answer.
Of any team, when it comes into the breakdown, they stay on their feet.
No one.
They all just dive in over the top and cover the ball up. It is unbelievable.
It's a lottery, basically, isn't it?
I've just watched the Crusaders drive into a couple on their ball. They just dive in over the top, cover it up, and the Force just did exactly the same thing one phase later.
There you go, Brett. I thought so. I got the question and the answer. I was picking that.
But at the beginning of the season, we were told that it's going to be policed very, very closely, that you cannot just dive into the ruck or maul. Now, I love diving in the rucks and mauls. That was the best part of the game. But you're not supposed to do it. We could do it back then.
Okay, you take the mark then?
Well, they have to eliminate some of the rules at the breakdown, Kearnsey, to simplify it a little bit for all of us.
Well, now there's no rucking allowed in rugby, I suppose.
I think if they allowed rucking back into the game, you eliminate a lot of the problems at the breakdown.
Probably keep the jersey manufacturers happy as well.
That was right. Just get the timing right.
I know, I can't believe I just said that, because on the odd occasion I did get caught in a ruck. It used to hurt.
Crouch and hold.
Free kick goes to the Crusaders, and Tuiali'i takes it. Carter again looking for that wide kick. Rico gears after it. He's got it. Can he make it count this time? No. Digioani comes across and makes the tackle. And gets a pat on the back too from Cameron Shepherd.
An identical play. The difference on this occasion, the support player inside wasn't close enough. He only does well. What about the pinpoint kick?
Well, he's found a couple on the mark. So 5 to go. That Nathan Sharp brings it down, thrown immediately to the ground. Awesome instruction there. You can see straight away Henjack taken and tossed to the ground without the ball. And it's a penalty to the Force. Well, he didn't have the ball.
There you go.
Crusaders player Corey Flynn, he was offside. Apart from that, not a problem.
Well, it doesn't even matter whether the ball's out. Just doesn't matter. You can't touch him without it.
Hey, one player was a front row, the other was a halfback. What was he supposed to do?
Hey, Kearnsey, just looking at Matt Henjack's hair.
Open up at the back.
What's your preferred colour to splash in the locks?
Anything other than grey these days, I think is the answer to that one.
Yeah, that Grecian 2000, isn't that the stuff? Hair products haven't been a favourite topic of mine.
Henjack to James, and again looking to attack through the middle of the park. That time the tackle was made by Carter. But, they've recycled it, and Favour gets them over the advantage line again. Henjack switching play to James, and numbers 2 out to the left. Opportunity for Ioane to have a run at them, went straight through Corey Flynn, and he's taken just short of the 22. The arm goes out, advantage being played to the Force, and it's another penalty.
And that is good refereeing. The tackler had no intention of letting him go. Because he'd fallen the wrong way. Here he is.
Got through Rico Gear there too, and he's normally a very good tackler. And you can see there 4. Got a little tickle as well, just to let him know where he was in the world.
Nathan Sharp congratulating referee Yonka.
Listen, it's the latest. I can go. Just get it up. Well done then.
The scrums have been funny tonight. He's talking to Gareth Hardy at the moment about the scrum. Gareth saying what's going on. It seems both front rows have got an absolute reluctance to pack in, to hit. Maybe outfoxing each other. I don't think they're scared.
So here's a chance to restore that lead. With 12 points. Shepherd, and the crowd like it again.
He's hitting them well, really well.
20 points to 8. Not quite prepared to use the U word yet, but any more of those, we might have to start thinking about it.
Long way to go.
No need to say underpants at all tonight.
Carter putting it high and deeper this time, and once again they haven't controlled it, but this time Henjack able to scamper away with it. The ball was lost backwards.
Stay, yeah.
And Brock James, plenty of time to get the kick away. And Hamilton taking it, looking at a quick throw, but good diligent work there from Haig Sayre on the far side, who made sure he got up after it.
Good strike from James. The torpedo's back.
No opportunity to take the quick throw. And of course, if anyone knows the Robbie Deans coaching philosophy, it's John Mitchell. Now Carter on the wraparound. Tuiali'i again creating space out on the right. Caleb Ralph takes the tackle. They were getting just a little bit crammed up outside him. And now they bring it back to the open side. And O'Neill.
Away tackler 4.
Just setting it up. Quick ball though. Rico Gear spilling it in the tackle. Coming in close, trying to get something going. And another turnover, another ball lost from the Crusaders. This is an un-Crusader-like performance. And the Western Force at half-time, to the sheer delight of this big crowd, are leading by 20 points to 8, Phil Kearns.
Well, no one would have picked this, TJ. I think most of us would have thought it would be the other way, if not better, to the Crusaders. But the Force have played with such passion, particularly in attack. They've run at the ball hard. They've run at the gaps hard. The Crusaders making some, well, uncharacteristic errors in all phases of the game. As you said, we're not going to mention the U word just yet, but a great start from the Western Force.
Half-time, and the Force lead the Crusaders 20 to 8. Force is with the Force after 40 minutes at Subiaco. And the Crusaders are not having a comfortable time of it. At half-time, they trail 20 points to 8. A 12-point lead for the home team in their last home appearance of the season. 2 tries already for the Force. Shepherd and replacement Brock James, the one by Mosi Tuiali'i. Daniel Carter, just 1 success from 3 attempts at goal. And so that's a handy half-time lead of 20 points to 8. Brett Papworth is with me, and the Force defying all pre-match predictions so far.
Yeah, and isn't it great to be surprised? I mean, I think we came here thinking, my goodness, this could be anything. Well, it's going to turn out that way, the way they're going. Fantastic performance. They're taking it to them. I think the Crusaders are certainly off the pace that we are used to. by their standards, but all credit to the force.
Well, the
Good
Crusaders
defence.
made the early running, but then made a mistake and not a good pass from Alistair McCaw, and they were able to cash in. Loose pass, but Shepherd got the bounce and stepped nicely.
Well, again, a little bit of luck for the force. Firstly, the turnover ball, which is unlike the Crusaders. The wide ball that went to ground but bounced perfectly for Cameron Shepherd, who was on the fly. He was motoring. Hard to stop from there because he's a big lad.
Well, the Crusaders, as you would expect from them, came back strongly and started employing the chip ahead, and they didn't mop that one up and were in all sorts of trouble. Resulted in a try to Mosi Tuiali'i.
Well, this is classic Crusaders, isn't it? The ball not cleaned up, it bounced, it shouldn't have bounced, and once they got it back, they shifted from one side to the other, and it's all over. The last man you want to pick up a loose ball like that is Dan Carter, and they had numbers queuing up for this one.
Well, the injury curse continued for the force with Scott DeRuda invalided off, but his replacement, Brock James, only just on the field, and what an introduction this was.
Yeah, another error though from the Crusaders, and the run from Staniforth. He took it hard, he took it forward, and a flick pass back to a good number 10, or the fly half backing up, as you're taught to do as a youngster. Look at him, he just put his head down, arms free, and that's the difference in the force. The Crusaders, I don't think, have expected the ferocity of the Western force.
Yes, there's no question that the Crusaders are not their usual efficient selves, and they've got a few problems, particularly the penalties they're conceding and also an unusual amount of turnovers.
Well, correct. I mean, the possession statistic will show that the Crusaders are getting plenty of ball, and normally that means they're going to beat you comfortably. But they've struggled. I mean, they've had the territory in possession. They've been unable to capitalise. The force, conversely, have capitalised on some of the Crusaders' errors, turnovers, and look what we've got. We have potential a boil-over.
Well, the force have got themselves into winning situations so far this season on 2 or 3 occasions at least. This is a huge challenge, but John Mitchell, no doubt saying to them, come on, it's there for you. You have got the opportunity to do something quite remarkable here. I'm going to say it would be the upset of the season, of the millennium so far in this competition, if they could go on with it. The Force 20, the Crusaders 8, half-time at Subiaco. The Force lead the Crusaders 20-8 at half-time in Perth, as we're joined by the Force coach John Mitchell. John, fantastic first 40 from your team. You must be delighted. What was the message to the boys at half-time?
Yeah, it's just really stick to our plan, mate. It's, so far we've been able to get them pretty wide and attack inside shoulders. What's been pleasing, the guys have actually kept a lot of ball tonight, which in contact. But you know, we're going to have to work bloody hard for this one, mate. The Crusaders will come back at us.
Mitch, is there a huge amount of excitement in the boys at the moment?
It's just been about clearing our heads, to be fair, and you know, keeping the bodies on fire, and just getting our detail and fulfilling role. You know, you can't afford to get too emotional, mate, otherwise people will make mistakes.
Okay, John, thanks very much. Best of luck for the next 40.
Thank you.
So the second half starts, and Brock James, who came on as a replacement and scored a try straight away, gets the second 40 underway at Subiaco, and the Crusaders, having come here as almost unbackable favourites for this game, have got some work to do. Straight away, Daniel Carter puts the ball deep, but Scott Favour is back and he takes it and he sets off, and they've made them make a lot of tackles so far tonight.
He's on it. Hands off now, Rock. Stay.
Eventually coming for Matt Henjak, and Scott Staniforth putting another good kick away, but knocked back in the field of play. Daniel Carter back there, plenty of time to set himself, and sends the ball down towards halfway. So put yourself in the Force's situation here, Brett Papworth. What's the key to it?
Oh, well, the Force, I think, got to hope that the Crusaders continue to make the odd error. But if it's in their hands, they have just got to maintain enthusiasm and keep the ball and minimise the errors.
Well, the ball's been knocked down, and again they get it out into midfield where Staniforth takes the tackle.
Advantage is over, Blue. Advantage over.
Henjak looking for the run. David Pusey.
I don't understand how advantage is over when they haven't moved forward at all. And they got messy ball here.
Hands off now, right.
Well, here it comes, and Favour to Elite trying to wrap him up. And Brock James again looking to put the ball high downfield. They're trying to put some pressure on. And that's not a great pass back to Leon McDonald. Has to stoop for it, but gets the kick away.
It's a super pick up from Leon McDonald there. And we're back on the halfway yet again. Third time this half. 1 minute 52.
Well, Robbie Deans doesn't strike me as the sort of guy to rant and rave or get upset, but he may have been a little frustrated at half-time. I think he'd be telling his team, error free, keep it simple, play it down their end.
Well, we say it so many times, but the first try in the second half is just going to be so important. They'll bring the Crusaders back in. If it was them, the force, well, that would really give them a massive boost in confidence. Josh Graham taken in the tackle just short of halfway. Henjack comes away with it. Got Hodgson, who's had a pretty good first half, made a couple of good steals. And now Nathan Sharp breaking up the middle.
He needed someone with him.
Now taken on by Pusey. Well, looking to carry on where they left off in the first half. Hodgson again, put on the ground by Aaron Major. Crusaders have been penalised a number of times at the breakdown. So the Force will be happy to take them on, I'm sure, in that area. Now Nathan Sharp, and the arm comes out. Daniel Carter out of the blocks too quickly. And he's playing advantage. They're going to get an opportunity. They might be able to turn it into something more than a penalty attempt. And the ball kicked ahead by Henjack and snaking towards the touchline. And he comes back and awards the penalty. And Shepherd will have a shot at goal to try and get first points on the board.
And the captain, Sharp, is down with a shoulder problem. This might be a handy three-pointer. Push them out beyond two converted tries.
Okay, sort it out.
Trying to do a little bit of lip reading there to see what Nathan Sharp's saying. Obviously came down on that shoulder awkwardly. It was a good pick and drive, laid the ball back well.
I think it's a sort of controlled start to the half that they would have wanted, Phil.
Skipper, you all right?
Yeah, I've been wanting the first couple of times the Force got the ball, they put kicks in, which concerned me a little, but I've got to say on those occasions they didn't have the numbers in attack that they needed. They had too many men committed at the breakdown, so the kick was the right option. And then I looked forward to him going wider, and I think the first guy to take it up, I think might have been Matt Hodgson, TJ you called, and he did a great job in getting the leg drive going and getting over the advantage line.
Well, while this is going on, the Crusaders have got a bit of an issue because Richie McCaw's come to the sideline. He's just getting a cut attended to. Looks like a cut over the eye, but Cameron Shepherd is lining up. Has not missed a kick so far tonight.
I think Richie McCaw's disappointed when he doesn't get a cut over his eye in some game or on his face. He's so much involved in the action. His head's in the middle of everything. Such a great player.
First points in the second half up for grabs as Shepherd misses this, the first miss tonight. Just sneaking away to the left-hand upright. And straight away, Crusaders putting the ball deep and Shepherd straight back into the action. There's Scott Favour, McCaw, and just missed the tackle on Scott Favour, but two there to make sure the job is done. And another deep kick. That's clearly the tactic. McDonald puts it high. Hamilton giving chase in centre field. It's a good chase too. Then waits, and it's been lost by Brock James, having to go back as Shepherd. And he's done pretty well, but he's got them for the lost ball from the high kick.
Should have taken that one, Brock James. And I was a little surprised Hamilton didn't contest it. He looked to be there. Look, he stopped. Didn't matter. His presence was enough.
Yeah, Brock James had a little look. It seems they've all been a little tentative tonight under the high ball. Both teams. Maybe it's the slipperiness of the ball.
Tell you what, though, it will
Right, now
only
listen,
take
before-
one
Come on,
little
guys,
error
get here, please.
and a
Before we
toe
carry
through,
on,
and the Crusaders try, and their whole mentality is potentially changed.
Well, there's a change in the front row. Wyatt Crockett is off, and Greg Somerville, who Robbie Deans hoped to give a bit of a rest tonight, is on for the last 35 minutes of this game.
I'll carry on doing it until we get it right, boys. Let's go.
I think the referee's saying he wants everyone to wait till he calls the
Crouch
scrum
and
in.
hold. Engage. Right, let's go.
This time they do what he tells them. Tuiali'i trying to pick it up off the back. And they've had some problems around the base of the scrum tonight. Errors compounding the situation.
Is that a little bit of heat from the forced scrum, Kearnsey?
Well, the feet are coming back slowly. You just see the feet edging backwards. And that can create a little bit of uncertainty.
Crouch and hold.
This looked like he was trying to scoop it up with one hand.
Yeah, he just hesitated a little at the back there. I sort of thought he might have
Easy, boys. Wait for the
had
call.
the wrong scrum move.
He got the call mixed up.
Yeah.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Right, let's go.
Well, it's almost like holding back sprinters in the 100 metres final at the Olympic Games, isn't it? The more you hold them back, the more likelihood there is of a false start. Pusey ridden to the ground by Musi Tuiali'i. Back it goes to James, and again kicking on the angle, and a good one too. Tracking back is Hamilton. McDonald's back there with him. But Hamilton, who's a pretty useful punter of the ball, gets good distance on that.
Pusey's played well at 6 tonight. He and Father, I think, have combined quite well.
That was a good response, wasn't it, from Hamilton? I thought the James kick
Thank you. You have the
was
ball.
excellent. Scotty Favour there. That is not a good sign.
Yeah, I think Brock James thought that ball would skip a little further in the wet conditions.
Scott Favour just feeling the ribs, so 7 minutes gone, still no addition to the half-time score.
I thought he'd chosen the wrong option when he picked it up and went left, and he was absolutely on his own. Got through, whoops, he came this way, and he had no support. He had to make a half break and wait for a mate.
And he did a good job of it too.
And Reuben Thorne has made sure he landed on him with the shoulder.
Well, he did get another one of his teammates on top, and there's John Mitchell.
Well, Scott Favour, remember, got that sickening hit in the Hong Kong Sevens.
The Melbourne
Commonwealth
Commonwealth Games, sorry about that. Commonwealth Games.
Sorry, mate, it was weeks ago.
It was.
It's been a lot of rugby since then.
Yeah.
It was a shocking hit. Dreadful viewing.
Thank you.
Ty McIsaac right on halfway. Lineout's working pretty well. That one taken by Pat O'Connor. Out to centre field and Staniforth.
Swallowed by Ralph.
Handjack having a little dab. He's tackled by McCaw. You can see good work there by O'Connor, just making sure that McCaw couldn't get out of the ruck.
Well, that wouldn't have helped Nathan Sharp's shoulder that tackle either.
The only place halfback. Not a great pass to James, and once again putting the ball wide. That's not such a good kick, that one, because Hamilton got the opportunity to have a go on the outside, and he gets away from Hayes here, and he gets away from another. He's dangerous, and an early tackle, I think. The referee's got the arm out for the knock-on. Force got a man down and out of play. Well, suspicion of an early tackle, but Marius Jonker is satisfied that it wasn't.
No advantage.
And someone down on the far side, it's Matt Henjack.
Yeah, Henjack down this side, and over the other side we've got Gareth Hardy, is it?
Yes, it is. I know my front row. That's Gareth Hardy. The Force have to be a bit careful now with these kicks, because the Crusaders are dropping men back in anticipation, and the Force are really finding them on the chest.
There they go, the old spray can. You've got to make sure you get the right can when you're doing that. Otherwise, it won't just be his hair that's all sorts of colours.
It's just a bit of Mortein they spray on them.
They used to just slap you about with a wet sponge, really, didn't they? What about this one?
Timing was perfect.
Yeah.
Here's Henjack going to kick the ball here.
it?
Yeah, there didn't seem to be too much in that.
Wait for the call.
So this front row
Crouch and hold.
exchange continues, and another long delay, and down they go.
You actually need a good hit in the scrum to have the stability, and the referee's not allowing them to have a decent hit. You see how slow and how soft this impact is. They have to wait till he says engage.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Let's go. Let's go.
Better hit, better scrum.
And Anzac emerges with it as the scrum is screwed. Josh Graham looking to offload, but he's lost possession. Carter's got it for the Crusaders, and Ellis comes away with it. Now McCaw taking the tackle. The two front rowers, Hardy and McIsaac, joining forces. Now he's got them for offside as Corey Flynn sets off, gets a nice ball away to McDonald. The kick ahead for Hamilton to chase, and carted over the touchline by Cameron Shepherd.
But just the thing to notice about that is when McCaw did get the ball, all of his attacking players were in front of him. He had no option but to hit the ball up.
And just a sign again that things just a little bit out of whack. But that's where the turnover came.
Well, it's the first time in a while they haven't kicked possession away. Here they come, the Crusaders. Bit of territory in possession.
Did be Ioni and McCaw. He's got a nice little shiner on that right cheek.
He was a good-looking man in his younger days. He's going to be ugly by the time he finishes, isn't he?
He's still got a way to go before he's 30.
I know. He does get knocked about.
Possession stats amazingly equal, 49-51.
And the referee this time has the arm out. And Kevin O'Neill just taken in the air. And the Crusaders trying to get some urgency into their game. Certainly being kept honest here tonight.
Young player, no bondage. Playing him there, leave him in there.
Well, what's the call here from Richie McCaw? Call is line out. Careful with the kick. The last thing you want to do when you're in a spot of bother is put the ball too far. So here's the opportunity.
Yeah, what do the Force do here? Do they jump and have a go, or do they just wait till the Crusaders come down and stop the rolling ball?
No, they don't jump. And once again, they've taken them out in the air by the look of it. And he said that one's okay.
Well, yeah, I thought the Force players were a long way from him there. I thought his own players let him go.
Maybe, yeah.
Number 4.
Well, now he has got the arm out. Ball's ripped away.
Captain, number 5. Number 5. Sort out the discipline right now. I want you back offside.
His hands are on.
Well, there's quite a couple of them. Get them on. All right? You got it. Right, offside.
Well, once again, they're going for the line out. Well, this is an important time in the game. If the Force can resist, then they'll feel great about things. And the throw's been overcooked, and away comes Brock James with it. And they will feel good about it. Oh, he's got them for not releasing.
Richie McCaw. He is brilliant. You watch this on replay. He makes the tackle, and somehow he's on his feet in a flash. And it's all his look. He's on his feet there. Mine. You've got to let it go. Got to let it go.
And Brock James knew exactly who he was up against, I think. Just hanging on for all it was worth. Well, they've gone for another one.
Such a pity. Brock James would have been thinking now, I wish I could have got that on the boot and just hoofed it downfield. But he saw an opportunity, and they've got to keep that attacking play going.
This time they go to the middle, and it is a successful line-out claim. And now they start to head off towards the goal line. Johnny Leo'o has it in the back. Crusaders looking for the line. And a try to get them right back into the thick of it. Here they go. Can they get it down? He says held up. No? What's he going? Upstairs. Well, he originally held, the held up sign came out, but he wants to have a look just to check.
We've seen that a couple of times in the last few weeks.
Of the ball.
He wants to check the grounding. Happened last week as well. When the referee had made a signal, made a decision, and then he's changed it and gone to the video ref.
Well, I think they have to check. I can't see. I've got no idea at first glance what happened. Did they get there? No idea.
No one's gone up. No one's cheered. No one's done anything.
It's in there somewhere.
Oh, Johnny Lio'o. It's the ball hitting the ground, and
actually looks like it was knocked on. It seemed to drop.
This is the best chance of. Well, yeah, you can see the ball touching the ground. That's for sure. So it's made contact with the ground, but did he have control of it?
Well, it looked like a knock on to me.
I'm pleased you guys can see that. Looks like a try ball on the ground. Benefit of the doubt to the attacking team.
Well, the TMO says it was knocked on.
How good are you, Kearns? Have you got your ref's ticket?
Oh, I've spent a lot of time in my head in the middle of those things.
I tell you what, I thought how they could tell. Because, I mean, go back to the Sam Norton night try from last week. I mean, downward pressure. You know, benefit of the doubt.
Jeff Acton, the TMO, making the call.
Get it right.
So 13 minutes have gone in the second half, and it's still 20-8.
And hold.
Watch a big scrum from the Crusaders here.
Win.
When we eventually get it packed. He's not allowing power to become part of the scrums.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Let's go.
They're both anticipating the engage call.
No, steady it out.
Well, Crusaders there having a real go at it, and a mad scramble. That'll be a 5-metre scrum.
Don't feed it in, mate. Don't feed it in.
Yeah, it was not crooked. Henjack's complaining about
Tell him not to feed it in.
having to feed it an unsteady scrum. It had wheeled a long way.
Danger is too that if he delays the feed, he'll get free kick.
Yeah. No-win situation from that Henjack. The referees put pressure on you, get the ball in, and then when you don't, you're in trouble. And in that case, the scrum wheeled and they were in trouble.
But the scrum wheeled before the ball was near it. And you can't do that either.
It's a scrum 5 to the Crusaders. And it goes. Tuialii takes it up off the back. Favour grabs him. It's not quick ball. Ellis comes away with it. Carter, Hamilton into the line, trying to set something up, ball slipping as he's confronted in the tackle. They've still got it though, and they'll look to bring it back the other way. Ellis ball fast out of the blocks, too fast according to the referee. He's got the arm out for offside as McCaw wades forward. Now the switch. Greg Somerville.
Let's go, Rock, let's go, Blue!
Well, they don't want to commit too many penalties close to the goal line. Ruben Thorne goes in to take it off gear. Carter back in field it goes. Oh, the tackling's good. He's still playing advantage.
Hands off, Rock, stay up.
Now the back line is reset, but the Force have got numbers to defend. The kick ahead into the end goal, and the referee will come back. Oh, it's awkward. And he comes back for a penalty as Caleb Ralph makes the tackle on Haig Sayre right on the dead ball line.
Well, whoever it was a mile offside. Very long advantage. Yeah, mile offside. Couldn't quite see who that was.
Longest advantage in history. It was about 6, 7, 8 phases.
Well, Carter is going to have a shot at goal.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, they've had 2 or 3 attempts at line out. McCaw's looking a bit battle scarred.
Well, I mean, he must be weary. Just the general course of the game. He does get through a power of work.
Well, he's got an incredible work rate.
How those wonderful people in Christchurch feeling at the moment, TJ?
It's late at night. They'll be feeling a little worried. They might be feeling just a little better now, as the gap has closed to 9 points. 23 minutes to play. Carter's second penalty.
It's a crucial couple of minutes here. The Force have to try and strike back, earn either those 3 points back or get a meat pie themselves, edge further in front. But their kickoff and their restarts have been poor.
So Brock James, and he's put it deep. Corey Flynn goes back, and he gets through a couple of tackles, and that's the last thing that the Force need to start doing too, is start falling off the tackles. Carter looking to maybe work it out, and Tuialiti McDonald into the line, loses the ball on the tackle. Tuialiti has to go in and regather it, otherwise the counter-attack was on. But those are the frustrations that have resulted in this situation where the Crusaders are having to come from a fair way back if they're going to win this game. And I bet the Waratahs in Sydney will be watching this with great interest, Phil Kearns.
They certainly will be. This is entirely unexpected. Gives the Waratahs a chance, perhaps, to end up top of the table. Their precision's way out. Pappy, I mean, their lines, their support lines are just poor at the moment, the Crusaders.
It's like they're just a little sleepy. You know, and I'm not sure how you can explain that, but they normally play almost with a lot more perfection, and they are somewhat imperfect tonight. But full credit to the Force, they are really playing with purpose. They are hitting hard in defence. Some of those balls that the Crusaders wouldn't normally turn over. That last one at the tackle, for example, is just a good hit.
Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand. What sort of a Sunday is it going to be for the fans of the Crusaders?
Surface, boys.
Nearly 3/4 of the way through the game.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it.
Crusaders have to score twice to get in front.
My guess is there's phone calls going all around Christchurch at the moment. Wake up, they could lose. So people climbing out of bed to have a look at this.
The scrums haven't been steady, but in favour. Oh, he loses it. Tuialiti has it. Conditions not quite as good as they look. Now Carter on to Major. McDonald, who's been full of running again tonight. Away it goes to Rico Gia. Ball security is going to be such a key from now on. Carter putting it high. And not a bad kick either, but the Force have got it. And now Brock James has a little look, and he puts one high, drifting towards the touchline on the far side. McDonald stabbing a little kick ahead, going after it. Now he gets a toe to it, and the Crusaders have numbers after it. Ioane has to go back. Luckily for him, it goes over the touchline.
Amazing vision from Leon McDonald. He had no time to react to that. Takes the kick. He's got 3 defenders on him before he can even look up, and there's the chip over the top. That's the end stage as the kick through.
It's taking a little bounce, and the Force will be relieved it went that way and not in field. If it went in field, they were in trouble. And a change being made in the forwards. Looks like Luke Doherty on.
Yeah, Pat O'Connor's been struggling with cramp for a little while. He played well tonight.
He was outside his 22 there, McDonald, so the kick was well placed. And that is good vision. He had a little gap in behind the first line of defence. Force a bit fortunate here to have the line-out throw. Ball just trickled into touch.
Well, nearly 3/4 of the way through the game. The Force lead the Crusaders 20-11. And that was not straight.
Wow.
Listen. If you, Nathan, if you don't call it, they won't listen. I've got it. If you had kept quiet, you would have a penalty. So just
Guernsey, I think the last thing the Force can afford to do here is start getting into a wrangle with the ref. I think they've pretty much got to concentrate on getting things right next time.
Yeah. Frustration, obviously. I mean, that was way crooked. Either that or his jumpers come straight into the line out.
I've got some stats for you, Guernsey. The Crusaders, in the final 20 minutes of their matches, they have scored 37.5% of the points. So we've got 20 to go, and this is when they normally put their foot down.
A superbly fit side, having to work very hard tonight. And once again, the Force getting up nice and quick, but the Crusaders getting in behind Aaron Major and driving him. Now they've got to clear it, or otherwise they could lose it. And they've got it. Now McCaw takes a couple on. Flynn was looking for a run, didn't come his way. They looked to get it wide instead. McDonald up into the line. Rico Gear trying to get him over the touchline, and they have. Big roar goes up from the crowd. Defence holds again.
Well, a great effort from Ty McIsaac then. He had to tackle Leon McDonald. And there he goes. He was able to cover him. Digby Ione made the next tackle.
Kept him off the ground and almost lifted him up over the touchline. Bit of help from Hodgson.
Well, we've just been handed the official crowd figures. 30,231 to be exact. And when they've come here to watch a team that hasn't won a game all season, that's magnificent.
Well, and they won't be disappointed tonight. This has been a guts effort from the Force, no matter what happens at the end of the game. An absolute guts effort.
It's a phenomenal crowd. Because there was possibly every expectation that there could be 40 or 50 points put on their team.
Richie McCaw, again, troubled by that cut above the eye. Here's a blood bin. Latimer is on. Getting an opportunity to get some game time tonight, but I don't think he would have been expecting to come on in a situation like this. Nathan Sharp drags another one down. Brock James had to stretch for the pass, but gets it safely away in a touch. Wasn't a great pass. In fact, Cameron Shepherd not happy with that pass.
Now those passes have to be right on the money, because those precious milliseconds to pull the ball down from over your head down to your foot make it so much harder.
Tuiali'i attempting the crash or the charge down. Crusaders have it, and there you go, Carter looking to get it wide. Major, he's been bottled up by Staniforth from centre field.
Turned over.
He might have lost it there too. No, it has been turned over, and Henjack belts it away for all it's worth. Hamilton goes back, lets it bounce. It bounces off him into touch, and that's the sort of night they're having. Well, they can sniff it now.
Well, that was the perfect kick from Henjack. Hamilton had to run back to it. He thought, oh, I've let it go. It's going to go out, but it didn't.
Well, in those circumstances, you have no choice. You catch it and figure it out after that.
Well, the Force have got it from the line out. Brock James, Staniforth are up on him. Carter making the tackle. Here's Scott Faber, 10-metre mark.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, they've lost it.
He was flung to the ground. Scott Faber. Ball came loose.
Really, there was a bit of uncertainty there between Sharp and Faber. Faber down injured. No, he's getting to his feet. We've seen him down earlier with his sore ribs. But Sharp had to have the opportunity just to hit it up. Here we see him getting flung to the ground here. Ooh, that's not nice.
Well, there's a couple of banged up loose forwards out there. One of them still receiving attention on the sideline, Richie McCaw. Change at half back. Henjack departs, says farewell to the crowd for this season. And the very promising Chris O'Young is on. Just over 16 minutes to play. The Force looking to make history. Carter finds a nice angle on the kick. It's going to hold up just short of the goal line, which is what he wanted. Oh, he's got Hamilton offside.
Oh, that's a touch judge call. Georgie Ayoub on the far side. He's onto them. I'm not sure how.
Penalty. Penalty will be over there. Scrum will be over there.
Oh no, he's got him for obstruction here.
Well, I don't think anyone was offside. Were they?
Oh, it's a kickable penalty. No, he's gone back for the offside. Goodness knows what that was all about. But it is an offside penalty, and they're going to have a shot at goal.
Well, also interesting, perhaps Cameron Shepherd had obviously made a break there and had plenty of room to run downfield. Maybe letting the advantage go would have been better.
He was in some space. He was in open spaces. I don't think the Force will mind the break. Bit of a rest now. Who's offside? Nobody. Put your whistle away.
Goodness me. Well, that could be such an... If he can knock this over...
How do you see something that so clearly wasn't there?
Well, it's a touch judge call, isn't it?
It's Mr. Manuel's.
I don't think it was.
You don't think? You think? Okay.
Well, I thought he was way downfield where the kick was going. It was George Ayoub on the far side who hadn't moved from this where this line of the penalty is.
Let's see if they can turn it into 3 points.
Pushed it.
No, he's pushed it between the uprights.
Gee, I thought he pushed that.
It's 23 to 11.
You're never a goal kicker, puppy, were you?
And his body language was, when the golfer slices one, they sort of lean a little bit.
The Crusaders have to score 2 converted tries. And they're wasting no time getting the game underway. Once again, the Force haven't been able to take the ball down from the kickoff. Well, now the alarm bells will really be starting to go off. Caleb Ralph hit hard in the tackle by Graham. It's a loose ball. The referee's got the arm out again. Coming in, the side is the call. Carter. They've got numbers. Making the runners Latimer. Inside the 22 they go. Carter having a little look.
We go, tackler, number 3.
Got the arm out. Comes for the Crusaders anyway. Can they cash in? Somerville. He's put on the ground. He's got another advantage. Carter's out of the play at the moment. You can see him in the foreground taking a knee.
So let it go, yeah, it's fine. Let it go, Blue. Advantage again, new advantage. New advantage.
There's been 1,000
more advantages than Wimbledon.
Leave him, leave him, leave him.
They take the tap. Latimer has a go for the line.
Let it go.
Must score.
Advantage again, slowing it up. Got it.
Someone's going to get binned here.
Yeah, but he's refereeing one team here also.
Slowing it up with your legs.
Well, who's the man he's binned?
Hardy.
Slowing it up with his leg and kicking it. Kicking it.
Well, what are the Crusaders going to do here?
Slowing it up, number 1.
The Force are down to 14.
Hands off, run!
Here come the Crusaders. Looking to get it wide. Here's the chance. McDonald scores!
Had to come. Plenty of time left on the clock.
Yeah, the Force defence started to compress straight away. Liam McDonald just stayed cool with Hamilton and stayed wide. You can see him right out there wide. There was never going to be the ability to cover all those guys.
Monumental pressure. They just couldn't possibly hold them out any longer. A man down now. And he won't be back until inside the last 2 minutes.
Well, they're still 7 points behind with the kick to come. So this attempt from Daniel Carter, who I have to say isn't looking too happy at the moment.
Well, you know, it comes back to the poor kick reception from the kick-off from the force.
Well, Carter, he's 5 metres in from the left wing touch. This is such an important kick. It's hanging up and it's away to the right. So they still have to score twice to win the game.
Plenty of time, TJ. Lots of time on the clock. Restarts have been costly, Kearnsey. I don't think the Force have regained one of the Crusaders' kickoffs, and certainly none of their own.
Well, the Force, if they could get down on their hands and knees and crawl, they wouldn't be getting back to halfway any slower.
They'll continue to throw themselves into tackles, but they need some ball.
I don't know who Robbie Deans is on the phone to. Brock James puts the kick off deep.
Come on!
Oh, they've dropped it. And here's the chance for the Force. So the Crusaders didn't secure it. Charging forward is Luke Doherty. Oh, Young snaps the pass away to Brock James. Inside the 22 they go. 10 minutes to play. Oh, Young. Ioane. Oh, it's been dropped by Staniforth. But he said it didn't go forward. Brock James, I thought for a moment he was going to have a drop kick.
I think he thought he did too.
Oh, the ball's been ripped away by the Crusaders. But the Force get the scrum feed. That's an important call from the referee.
Yeah, a couple of important calls there.
I played the same for your captain earlier.
Drop.
Just be consistent.
I'm not sure what went on there, but
I'm not sure how he's ruled that. Perhaps the Crusaders pulled it back. Here's Brock James taking the ball in. I think is that Corey Flynn over the top there? I think maybe he reaps it back. He does. Then the Force dive on it, and maybe he's just called it dead. I don't get it.
Maybe he's just called that going forward there. I don't know, but you take a big risk when you dive through on a loose ball like that. But he did it.
the big problem here, they have to take off a back row, a defensive man, get a front row around there to pack the scrum.
They're at the right end of the field, and the last thing the Crusaders can do now is give away a penalty.
Right, can we go?
So Hodgson off, Timoana on.
Would you take the 3 points? Would you take the drop goal option, Kearnsey, if you win a good scrum? Get it out to 10.
I think you just got to try and get the ball and hang on to it for as long as you can.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're passing it, Chris Young passing it back to your number 10 there, to Brock James, he's still 40 out.
Well, the scrum screws around, but they've got it. Harold Favours wrapped up by Latimer though. Pushes the ball back. Well, they've been in the situation to win some games before, haven't been able to carry on. This would be the biggest scalp available. Oh, Young on the short side. Just looking to keep the Crusaders on the back foot. Force lead by 7. 8 to play.
Leave it here, leave it here.
Taking an age to come out. Now they've got it, and McIsaac burrows ahead. Oh, Young gets it away to James. Now the drop kick! But it's away. Crusaders breathe again. That could have put it almost beyond doubt.
Well, at least it wastes some time. That's the only thing. Crusaders will be telling the ball boys, just slow down. Crusaders are stuffing around with it there. Well, they're trying to get into position to take a quick one, but it's not on, and so Carter just belts it away downfield, but he's given the ball back to the Force. Favour takes them on. Latimer goes in to try and rip the ball away. Crusaders driving through.
Right, Brock now, get back.
But the Force have got it. Now, here's Graham having a go. Oh, great tackle made by Musi Tuiali'i. He gets back to his feet and wins the turnover. So the Crusaders get the chance. Leo looked a bit disorganised. Oh, belted to the ground in the tackle. They go to the short side. Tuiali'i looking to get the offload. He's got it away to Ellis. Ellis gets it to Ralph. Crusaders there in support. Ruben Thorne carries it on. Big line-up away to the right. Daniel Carter fires it away to Major. Major puts the kick through. The Crusaders are after it. And Rico Gear scores. He has to go round behind the posts. It's a try. No, he wants to have a look.
What is that?
Well, this is something that's been waiting to happen for years. Has he got too close to the dead ball line?
Jeff, can you hear me?
No.
Right, I'm happy with the grounding. I just want to have a look at dead ball line. Yeah, thanks.
Surely not.
Rico Gear, I don't think he wants to look. Let's have a look and see. Oh, you're well inside the line.
Well short.
Well, he ended up over the line. Supposed to be fair. Let's have a look again just to make sure. I don't think there's a problem there. And so Dan Carter, just to the right of the post, can tie the score up.
Well, he would tie this up in his sleep, Dan Carter. It's a good try. Again, a turnover.
I think he's checking here to see whether he's dropped it. Well, he hasn't. He's got pressure on it with the body anyway. Goodness.
It's a very clever kick. Just perfectly weighted. Digby-Ione couldn't possibly get back to chase that.
Here's the turnover. Good job here.
Tuialii back on his feet in a flash. That's great work from the loose forward. And well, it is one of the things. They've been knocked off their stride a fair bit, but they do have the ability to keep their composure under pressure. It's a hallmark of their play. Carter converts. The scores are tied up. It's 23 all. And there's just over 5 minutes to play.
They play with such width. When they get a turnover, they just fling it to the opposite touchline. They stretch you so much.
Well, how important is this next restart?
Yeah, crucial, and they've been poor so far from the force.
It's Carter, Mitchell.
Corey Flynn, in fact, left it. Flynn came forward calling for it, and he left it to one of the big men now. Carter. Oh, the kick's partially charged, which puts all the Crusaders onside, but the Force have got it. Oh, Young. Oh, Ioane loses it. Costly mistake.
He was looking at where he was going to score the try.
Well, mate, I think that's just the difference maybe between the two sides, is that they're just getting a little rattled, a little flustered with the opportunity, or maybe another one getting away from them.
Yeah, it's composure and experience, or lack of.
Hey, but still, no one's winning at the moment.
Well, see, the Crusaders have an expectation that this is going to turn out okay. The Force just hope it is. The Force have got no experience of winning a tight game. They don't even know what it's like. Individually, the players will have got out of situations like this, but as an organisation, this will be another heartbreaking loss potentially.
Don't forget too, the Force still only 14 on the field. Oh, they've made a mess of the scrum though, the Crusaders. The last thing they want to do is give away a penalty here.
They need to get more numbers out in attack.
Brock James, it's not a great pass. They go to the right and Shepherd. Shepherd gets the pass away. Hainshaw! Can he make history? They'll go upstairs. The Force think they've won the game.
Well, the touch judge has not put his flag up, hasn't even looked like putting his flag up.
I think he's slid in. I think he's home.
They're confident. It came from a calamitous scrum from the Crusaders.
It's a beautiful change of direction from James and a beautiful pass from Cameron Shepherd. He is not out there.
Line.
Oh, gee, close.
I think he's okay.
Well, did he get the ball down?
Let's watch his knee.
Did he? He grounded the ball just short of the line, I think.
He's in there. He's in there.
Ball hits the ground there.
He slides over. He's fine.
I think he's okay.
He's fine. There's no doubt the ball slides over the line. And at that point, Haig Sayre's body is all up in the air.
Now there's the ball. That's short of the line there.
Yep.
Cross the line.
Short of the line there. Up off the ground there.
Oh,
No,
gee,
he's
I don't
home.
know. I can't pick it.
He's home.
Cannot pick it.
There's no doubt that his body is not in touch.
Well, it's Tuile's. You can't.
There's his 2 feet, the white soles are Sayre's feet, up off the ground.
Well, where's the line? That's the key. He's short of the line there, isn't he? Getting towards the line.
Jeez, I think he's there. The legs,
Look, there's the line. You can see the line disappearing under McDonald's hand.
and you see that Tuile's body is still mostly in when he crosses the line.
I don't think the touchline's got anything to do with it. I'm just thinking the only doubt has to be, was the ball up off the ground when he went over the line or above the line? I mean, he only has to cut one painted blade of grass.
I'm leading the cause for bright try lines.
The touch judge is in a terrific position. You see he's actually inside the field of play.
Would you want to make that decision?
I would hate to make this decision.
There's no way he's in touch.
I don't think the touchline's got anything to do with this. Or maybe there is a little knee there on. Oh, he is in touch. Eventually. What's the decision?
No try.
It's no try. It's no try.
No, stop it.
Line out.
Well, maybe that leg wasn't touched, but I'm not convinced that he got the ball down over the line. But boy, what a hard decision for anyone to make.
Impossible decision.
Yeah. Well, someone's going to be, but they've still got to win this line out, which they do. Now, Leo, 3 minutes to play, and they're not taking any risks. They put the ball into touch. Well, Haig Sayre, he had history in his grasp.
Oh, well, it was a great effort from him. He did the little in and away. He did put the defence off a little bit, and he went for it hard. There was nothing else a winger can do except go for the corner.
Well, McDonald saves the day. McIsaac, Robbie Deans looks very nervous. John Mitchell, his face almost expressionless. Well, there's still some drama to come, you get the feeling, in this game. 2.5 to play.
Well, the Forts are just trying to work it up in the forwards. Just time after time, they're just trying to edge it forward, not lose possession, and that's the key for them. Don't lose possession, don't turn it over.
Well, James is waiting for it, but the forwards looking to grunt it up and hope that a penalty comes. Now they go to the backs. James moves it on. Staniforth gets the pass away. Haig Sayre, and it's been lost again. And look out, because the Crusaders are so good at counter-attacking. Ellis fires the ball away. Tuile'i. Good hands from Ellis again. No way to go. So they get it back the other way. Advantage is over.
Here's trouble.
Well, the pass wasn't a good one. And Rico Gear stepping nicely. Gets the ball inside to Taniro Latimer.
Let's go, Blue!
Oh, this is an unbelievable finish. We didn't expect this when we came to the football tonight, Phil Kearns, and they've had to put the ball out, the Crusaders.
1 minute, 44 to go. All players back on the field for the Force. Here they come. Hardy back on. Matt Hodgson back on.
17. The number 1 is coming back.
Well,
Gareth Hardy will also breathe a sigh of relief that this game hasn't got away while he's been off the field. Referee made the right decision. Someone had to go for that multitude of penalties 10 minutes ago.
1:20 on the clock, but the Force are at the right end of the field. They've got to make sure of this line out. The Crusaders will look to compete, will they? No, they go to Busey. Flat pass goes out to Brock James. Crusaders quick to get away. Oh, Young, it's been lost again. Carter has it, puts the kick ahead, rebounding, picked up by Sears. Oh no, he's called them back. It was knocked on, Sears over in the corner, but it's no try. Knocked on by the Force, and again, John Mitchell, a face of stone. Who'd be a coach?
Correct decision. Oh, the crowd, they've just gone berserk. Correct decision from referee Yonke. He had to pull that up. And that time, Haig said, did get there. Heartbreaking. The Crusaders will have a go here, there's no doubt. They will not die wondering.
Wait for the ball. Crouch and hold.
Robbie Dean's on the phone again.
Engage. Let's go.
Tuialii. Away it goes to Carter. Force screaming for the penalty. They've got the turnover. Ioane by the touchline. And over the touchline, another knock on. Time almost up. There's the siren.
He's going to pack the scrum.
So the Crusaders will get one last shot at it, but their scrum, quite frankly, has been a bit of a mess.
Right, Chaps, thank you.
Oh, he says there's no time. It's not a win, it's a draw. It's the closest they've come.
Well, they've doubled their points, the Force. From 2 to 4, that was a magic effort from that Force side. They have worked their guts out. They have put the Crusaders off their game, a Crusaders side that did come into this a little complacent, you have to say, TJ.
Well, what has this done for the competition? Because the Crusaders had the opportunity here to stretch their lead over the Waratahs. 2 points means they lead by 4. I don't think the Waratahs will be unhappy with the result. The Crusaders are certainly most unhappy with the result. Once again, the Force unable to win the game, but they've got the draw. Let's hear from Richie McCaw. He's with Brent Papworth.
He's a fairly battered Richie McCaw too. Geez, you disappointed the crowd tonight, Richie.
Yeah, it's one of those games. Force did pretty well. They came out, took everything to us. We allowed them to play. They played well, and I guess at the end of the night, both teams aren't that satisfied really. I guess it was it. Well, we were lucky to probably get out the draw in the end.
Now, you weren't your normal sharp, perfect selves tonight, the Crusaders. What areas let you down the most?
Oh, I think right across the board we didn't quite have the intensity. We let the Force play some good rugby. They played some really good rugby. They took it to us, got across the gain line each time, and we made mistakes, and you can't afford to do that against any team in this competition.
Yeah, having said all that, they had their chances to put you away, and you came back. You're a hard side to beat. The start of a big road trip, you'll be hoping for a couple of wins, and hopefully not too many tight ones like that.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people talked. We realised that we weren't. It wasn't going to be easy here. We turned up perhaps with not quite the intensity we needed, but you know, that's Super 14 rugby. You got to turn up 100% or you come second. But we were lucky, I guess, to get away with 2 points.
Caleb Ralph, 100 straight Super 14 games. That's a phenomenal achievement.
Oh mate, he's amazing to carry on playing like he does. You know, it's a battle to play 14 to run a season, let alone 100, or 90, whatever he's done. But no, he's a legend. And
all right, good luck and thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Well, they're getting a fantastic ovation from the crowd, the Force.
Yeah, they did get together. You see them in the huddle there. Nathan Sharp's having a chat to them all. He'd be very proud of their performances tonight. They've got a road trip now that they go on. And they'll want to fight hard. And
well, let's hear from Nathan Sharp. He's with Brett.
Sharpie, it feels a bit like a win, mate. How does it feel for the team?
Oh, it doesn't actually. It's not often you get an opportunity to put a team like the Crusaders away like that. And I know the boys are gutted, and that's a great sign because, you know, it's a sign that we don't take second best. And tonight, again, we should have put them away. But I'll tell you what, it's a great step forward for us.
Is it easily your best performance of the season?
In places it definitely was. You know, the Crusaders, they're not easy in any area, but I've got to tell you, this crowd is absolutely magnificent tonight.
Yeah, no, they are out in force and in blue. Now the Crusaders, no one's pushed them like that all season, so that certainly one of your best performances of the year. What areas do you think you could have taken them and taken the game?
Oh, look, I think both sides were guilty of a few handling errors tonight. It was pretty wet, and we probably could have controlled the ball a little bit better. Towards the end there, I thought we were pretty unlucky not to score that try. But those are the breaks in Super 14, and we'll go away, have a look at that. We fly to South Africa tomorrow, and we've got 3 more games to finish the season, and we're hoping for 3 wins.
Well, it's been a winless season, but I tell you what, I think everyone is just so impressed with the attitude and enthusiasm and the continued courage of this team. So well done, and enjoy what should be a successful trip to Africa.
Thanks very much, and thanks again, guys. Fantastic.
Yes, of course, they're off to South Africa as well. Kernsey, we talked about upsets. I think you could still argue that this is the upset of the season. The Crusaders didn't win it, didn't get the bonus point.
There's no doubt, TJ. I think most people are expecting the Crusaders to win by 100, and the Crusaders to be leading at half-time, and then, as John Mitchell would be disappointed they were so close at the end, but yet so far.
I think that's great to see, though. The crowd applauding John Mitchell. This team has had a tough first year. This is the best result they've had so far. And they're here to stay, the Force, that's for sure.
No, it's important for them, TJ, too, for this crowd support. The crowd, the 30,000, didn't want to turn up and see it battering. They turned up and they saw a really gutsy effort from this West Australian side.
Well, it's just put a completely different complexion on the South African trip. If they'd got the 5 tonight, they could have afforded to maybe drop a game in South Africa and still lead the Waratahs into the playoffs. Well, that little cushion has been eroded. Hasn't disappeared completely, but it's been eroded.
Scott's down at 4th, disappointed. He knows they were close.
Final score at Subiaco, the Force and the Crusaders 23 all.